In the hands of justice. In South Sudan, women are coming forward to relive the nightmare of rape or other acts of sexual violence as their attackers stand trial. This mobile court, supported by the UN, is hearing cases in the northern town of Bentui for the first time in over 4 years. Meantime, the UN just finished its annual End Violence Against Women campaign.
Violence against women and girls must end now, and we all have a role to play. We need to do more to support victims and hold perpetrators accountable.
But during the 2-week focus on sexual violence here at the UN, more than 150 women and children came forward in South Sudan with tales of rape taking place over a 12-day period. Women's movements like Me Too have spread around the world, demanding an end to sexual harassment and violence. This year's Nobel Peace Prize even paid tribute to 2 people working to combat sexual violence in Iraq and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. But rape continues to be used as a weapon of war.
We must think and believe it can be eliminated. And the UN can do a lot together with its member states. I think the good thing there is that lots of states, countries come forward and say that they want to do things. I mean, the rhetoric is there, the awareness is there, but reality, unfortunately, is so far behind.
And although globally the fundamental issue of protecting women's rights is the same, conflict countries often struggle to sufficiently deal with that.
I don't think any government or multilateral organisation has really figured out how to relate to the core elements of the Me Too movement and translate it into something that's meaningful for their own populations, especially in situations where populations are at risk.
In terms of gender equality, the UN is leading by example. This year it achieved gender parity in its senior management team and among its officials leading in-country teams. But in many of those places, the laws work against those goals, from discriminatory land rights to laws about child marriage and female genital mutilation. And although the UN is pushing countries to improve accountability, this year South Sudan saw 1,157 rapes, the highest on record since 2015, all of which the UN says is denying women basic human rights. Nick Harper, CGTN, New York.